If there's going to be a monster move today, because there's been people speculating as much, is it Joey Bosa? Our mob nation says, is Joey Bosa a done deal now that we signed 2 defensive ends? I would say no. I mean, that done deal? No way. He's not a done deal. I mean,
done deal as in not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, done deal meaning that it's off the table. No, I don't think it's off the table. The Niners use their depth at the defensive line. They rotate guys through. There's no doubt the Chargers are in cap hell. I mean, the people speculating about a big deal today, I was thinking Joey Bosa, but I also was thinking maybe Khalil Mack, because Khalil Mack is coming off of a 17 sack season. I mean, he would be your grade A. I mean, could you imagine if they had a Khalil Mack with
I mean, everything we know about Jim Harbaugh, Khalil Mack is the last guy that Jim Harbaugh wants to not have on his team, right?
You would think.
I would think of my guess was of the 4 guys that are major cut candidates for the Chargers, all of them making over 30. The 2 that Harbaugh would want are Keenan Allen and Khalil Mack. And the 2 he would cut are Joey Bosa and Mike Williams, even though Mike Williams is younger. I just think Harbaugh would those guys fit Jim Harbaugh. Keenan Allen, Khalil Mack, Jim Harbaugh thinks he can go to the Super Bowl next year. Right? And history tells us he steps into these talented rosters and almost does. So how are they cutting Khalil Mack, or at least not bringing back Khalil Mack? That seems insane. I think it'd be crazy. They are very aware about their standing in the LA market there. They have a star in Khalil Mack who actually lives up to stardom. They got the star Herbert. They added the star Harbaugh. I think from a business standpoint, it would also be, I would imagine the ownership, as much as they love to save money and they pay $1 in rent, would not want to get rid of Khalil Mack. I have a hard time seeing it, just because I think.
Okay, so if these moves they've made so far are, and basically what have they done so far? Leonard Floyd, Yatir Gross-Matos from Carolina, big projectable defensive end, late bloomer type. Jordan Elliott. Yep. Jordan, but he's an end. Jordan Elliott from Cleveland, and now Malik Collins comes in from the Texans, Eric Kendricks. So they're almost all of it has been focused on the defensive front 7. What if there's a big move coming? What is it? Is it a trade for Surtain?
I mean,
Joey Bosa. How do you feel about Joey Bosa? His mom clearly wants it. She's pushing for it. I mean, you could have all these guys, really. I mean,
Yeah, I'm pro Joey Bosa just because I think for him to come, he's got to take a discounted rate. And it's hard to know exactly what would Joey's market be anyway. Coming off a year in which he had fewer tackles than, I said it earlier in my stream, than Sebastian Joseph Day, had more tackles on the Chargers this year than Joey Bosa did. He's not played back-to-back 16-game seasons in his career. But part of the attractiveness of Joey Bosa has to be that you think you're getting him at a discount over what the market rate would be, right? That's part of the, you don't want Joey Bosa for $30 million or $20 million or even $18 million. I don't think you want him for $16 million.
It's got to be a bargain deal for the Niners, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the assumption. It's like, okay, he's going to take a family discount. Well, how big? How big of a discount would he take? He's not at the level, unfortunately, at this point because of injuries that you just want him at any number. It's got to be a good number. Would you rather, are they better off? Let me ask you this. Would they be better off giving Joey Bosa $17 million or giving $17 million to Eric Armstead? Would they be better off giving 15 to Eric Armstead or 15 to Joey Bosa? I'm not particularly concerned. I love the idea of it, of having Nick and him together. I'm not making any decisions just on family reunions. Nick liked Chase Young. I was fine. He served his purpose, but I'm not bringing him back, right, if I'm the Niners.
I mean, I'm concerned. I mean, I was concerned about Chase Young's physicality because of the injuries. And then I realized, oh, you got to be concerned about the motor and the physicality. With Joey Bosa, I'm concerned about the injuries, but I'm not concerned about the motor. And if he's in there, he's going to be playing with his hair on fire. And I think playing opposite his brother would give him a brand new lease on life, a brand new challenge of, and I think Joey Bosa's got at least 1 or 2 good years left.
I'm pro Bosa. I'm
I
pro
like
Joey signing. I'm with you.
I'd rather have Bosa. I'd rather have Bosa than Armstead. You asked that. I'd rather have Bosa than Armstead because Armstead's plantar fasciitis is chronic. That's never. It's not like it's like, oh, next year he doesn't have it at all. No. He's gonna have it. He's like it's gonna be part of his medical history for the rest of his NFL career. That's just the way it is when you get to that size and that kind of pounding. And I'm since Willis, I'm a little bit more concerned about, the foot, ankle, plantar fasciitis, anything in the foot ankle area for big guys, always a concern. Always a concern. AP Chahal, who's a trusted source.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just joking. KP, you may be a trusted source, but I don't know that. He says,
like, just tell me where you got it. Like you're not going to get credited by Dove Kleiman anyway. So tell me where you got it.
Yeah. He says, as per sources, Surtain to the Niners for Brandon Ayuk and a second is in the works. Would you make that trade?
No. I would not make that trade. I would not make that trade. You've got Mooney
Surtain.
Ward. Huh?
I love Surtain, but I need to know.
Ayuk's going to lead your team in catches in 2 years when you re-sign him next year.
But, I mean, it is a stacked world of wide receivers. I mean, there's wide receivers everywhere you look.
I'm not saying you must keep Ayuk under all circumstances, but I don't want to trade Ayuk and a second for Surtain, who I also have to pay, where I have a corner. I've got 2 cornerbacks right now. Just get a nickel, get another corner, move on. Brandon Ayuk is the most trusted target of your quarterback right now. Your quarterback throws with all this anticipation. Ayuk runs on great routes. Of all your skill guys, I think he's the most likely guy to be on your team in 4 years between Kittle and McCaffrey and Debo. He's gonna be if you re-sign him this year or next year. I just remembered I had a dream they re-signed him. But I've predicted, Larry, that he's going to play on his 5th-year option this year. I don't know if you and I have talked about that. But if you re-sign him, he's still in his prime, right? He's going to be like 26 years old, 27 years old on the re-sign. And he'll have, he'll be your number 1 receiver for like 3 years. Like truly on paper, I think his numbers are still going up now that he's got Brock Purdy with him. So you want me to take away Brock Purdy's favorite target and most likely long-term target?
I know, but
and a second for Surtain?
I know. But think about it this way.
What am I paying all these pass rushers? What am I doing all this for if I have to have 2 premium corners too?
All right, settle down over there. Really getting fired up.
Are you going to let Mooney Ward walk and then Surtain become? That would make sense, right? Like eventually Mooney Ward leaves after this year.
This outpouring of energy is making me uncomfortable. No. Usually I'm the one who's screaming. What the hell? Let's walk it through though for a second.
Okay. Why would they trade for Ayuk after they just traded Jerry Jeudy?
Maybe that's why they would trade for Ayuk, because they just traded Jerry Jeudy.
You got to get Ayuk with who's their quarterback?
Brett Rippon? No, I have no idea. Who is
Paxton Lynch? Well, they got they have the guy that
they got Elway. They got Elway.
Oh,
Elway's not there anymore, right?
They had the old Raider guy last year.
Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, Stidham.
There you go. It's the Stidham era.